2020, August 28th, 9:55 a.m. Period. And by have their thing, what I mean is that people wanted to take the people wanted to the Great Awakening movement followers wanted to take their lands, confiscate them, and get all the land for free, and get the buildings for free, and confiscate the equipment so they can be sold off to make profit off of, as well as some of the more important stuff could then be boxed up and shipped to Prussia, so that the Prussian scientists could experiment with it, and produce weapons from it. Period. But the biggest problem is that both Father Franklin and Nikola Tesla, who co-built Miramont Castle, they both knew, as a matter of absolute fact, they both knew that the enemy was going to come. The enemy was going to seize, control, destroy, and threaten with murder. Period. This is not the first. Several times that Nikola Tesla had been threatened with. The only reason why we're keeping you alive is because you have powerful friends that won't let us kill you. Period. Almost identical to Leonardo da Vinci. Period. Now, something comes up very, very interesting in this specific situation. Period. George Clooney created a movie called The Monuments Men, which is about going to Europe and trying to seize back the treasures that the Nazis had, the Third Reich had seized, mostly by killing people who were the rightful owners of this stuff. Period. Renaissance art being a major subject that goes along with these lost gospels, because I'm not the only person to have thought of them. Period. Not only am I not the only person who thought about them, I am not the first 1,000th person to have found this evidence and backtracked it to the source of the quantum field, quantum consciousness situation. Period. The Nikola Tesla, what his thing was about electricity, waves, frequencies, signatures, patterns of electricity. That was his thing. Period. Because that was his thing, electromagnetic radio telescopes were also his thing. Period. Now, if you combine Tesla's work with his radio telescopes and his radio electricity, period, and George Clooney's Monuments Men and the Renaissance art, and the fact that the Renaissance art, they had their own version of Scientific America. Period. It was just Renaissance art. It was the artistic flair of the Renaissance, hyper realistic, extremely realistic paintings. Period. Comma. Backspace. Hyper realistic paintings were scientific papers in paint form. They were mathematical formulas in paint form or in sculpture form. Period. Well, somewhere in that period, the Prussians figured this out and wanted to confiscate them all so they could study all that mathematical work. Period.